On July 8, 2014, a German tourist went missing in Bulgaria. Lars Mittank was born on February 19, 1986. He was close with his family, and he would often help out his parents whenever they needed him to. Before his disappearance, he was working at the Wilhelmshaven power station in a small coastal town in Lower Saxony in northwest Germany. Lars was an outdoorsman. He knew how to hunt, trap, and fish. At the time of his disappearance, Lars was 5 foot 9 inches tall, had blonde hair, brown eyes, and weighed 187 pounds. Lars Mittank went on a vacation to Bulgaria with a group of friends on June 30, 2014. The group had planned to stay a week before heading home. They were spending their holiday in the Golden Sands Resort, a popular seaside resort town for vacationers. On July 6th, Lars got into a disagreement with 4 other men over football or soccer. The argument got heated and turned into a physical altercation. At the time of the fight, Lars was by himself. Being outnumbered, he ended up getting the worst of the deal. He suffered a hit to the face that struck him so hard his eardrum ruptured. Lars went to a doctor shortly after the incident. The doctor prescribed an antibiotic called cefuroxime 500 and told Lars that he should not fly out yet. His friends offered to stay with him until he was well enough to leave, but Lars insisted that they go without him, and so they did. Lars checked into the Hotel Color. It was hard to find an open room at the time as it was peak season. The Hotel Color was a cheap hotel conveniently located close to the airport. The day after his friends went home, Lars began acting strangely. His behavior was caught on the hotel security cameras, and he had begun sending his mom strange texts and phone calls. His mother says that he was paranoid. He whispered on the phone and told her he was looking for a place to hide, and that she should cancel his bank cards because he was being followed. He believed the people who were following him were trying to rob him or murder him. After the phone calls, Lars texted his mother asking what cefuroxime 500 is. The hotel's cameras caught him pacing the foyer, looking out a window, and even hiding in the elevator. Around 1 a.m., he left his hotel for an hour. It is unknown as to where he went during this time. At some point, he called his mother again and told her that the people who were following him were getting closer. It is at this time that he got a taxi to the airport. When he made it to the terminal, he texted his mother to tell her that he had arrived. Lars needed an okay from the doctor inside the airport to fly. He walked into Dr. Kostov's office, put down his bags, and sat down. Witnesses stated that he was acting oddly nervous. Dr. Kostov examined Lars's ear and okayed him to fly home that day, but the doctor stated that it did not seem to ease Lars's strange behavior. Dr. Kostov said that when a construction worker entered the office, Lars's behavior worsened. He began to shake and mumbled under his breath before saying, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here." Lars immediately left the office, leaving his luggage. He ran out of the airport and climbed over a fence and into the woods. His passport and wallet were still in his luggage. He left with nothing but the clothing he was wearing. Police looked for the German tourists but have found nothing. Sightings of Lars Mittank have been reported, but none have been validated so far. Allegedly, a trucker saw him hitchhiking on an empty road near Varna. Another alleged sighting was of a homeless man in Poland who bore a resemblance to Lars. There was also a Redditor who made a post about seeing Lars in Canada. The Redditor claims they were 99.9% sure it was him. The person claimed that the man spoke German to him, and the Redditor believed that the person was asking to use his phone, to which the Redditor refused. The Redditor then called the phone number on the missing Lars Mittank Facebook page and alleged that he got a deadline. After this encounter, they made the post on Reddit, because they did not know where else to make their claim. Just to make this clear, if you believe you have found a missing person, contact the authorities. Don't make a stupid Reddit post for attention. Also, if you're 99.9% sure that this is the missing person and you think they're asking for your phone, let them use it. What's your problem? 3 weeks after he went missing, Lars's mother hired a private investigator. Andres Gutig set out to find Lars. He contacted hospitals and homeless shelters in Bulgaria, but came up with nothing. He later went to Varna and gave out missing persons flyers, but no one recognized Lars Mittank. It is unknown what caused Lars Mittank's strange behavior and paranoia. It could have been a number of different things or a combination of things. It could have been the influx of partying and lack of sleep, a bad reaction to the medication, an undiagnosed mental health condition, a head injury from the fight, or a real threat from currently unknown persons. However, cefuroxime's side effects, even the worst of them, don't cause any type of mental issues. Lars Mittank's family also have said that he did not have a mental health condition and that there were no diagnoses in their family. There are many theories on what could have happened to Lars Mittank. Some believe that he might be living in the Bulgaria wilderness, as he was an outdoorsman. This, however, is highly unlikely. In the summer, the temperature can get up to the mid-90s, and without a clean water source, it would be impossible to survive. There is a river near the airport, but little in the way of food. The area around the airport has been searched with both drones and cadaver dogs, without any luck. This leads to the theory that Lars might have been picked up shortly after he ran off. He could have been right about a group of people trying to kill him, and he might have been snatched by them. Bulgaria is no stranger to human trafficking. Lars might have been picked up by people who sold him into slavery, prostitution, drug smuggling, or worse. There's also a theory that Lars had already become a drug smuggler, and that the night before his flight, he was forced to swallow drugs. But before he left, he got scared that he would get caught, and that is why he left. This theory states that he probably died from an overdose shortly after. There was one small window of hope for finding Lars Mittank, when in December of 2016 a man was found walking along the highway, barefoot and disoriented, in Porto Velho, Brazil. The man had no passport and did not know who he was. A photo of him in a hospital bed made its rounds online, and it was quickly pointed out that he looked like Lars. The man had the same height and build, but it turned out not to be him. The man was identified as Anton Pilipa. He was a humanitarian worker from Canada who had gone missing 5 years earlier. The video of Lars Mittank panically leaving the airport took the internet by storm. The video has been viewed millions of times, and the strangeness of the disappearance gained this case its attention. But despite all of the attention this case got, Lars is still missing. If you have any information as to his whereabouts, contact your local authorities. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you want more content like this, check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel. I release videos every week. If you already are subscribed, thank you for your support. If you want to follow me on social media, the links are in the description. Sleep tight, friends.